You ever get that amazing business idea and then immediately shut it down because you think about all the time, the money, the people you'd need to hire? Well, you can pretty much throw that old playbook out the window. Today, we're going to talk about how AI isn't just tweaking the rules of the game, it's creating a whole new one. We're talking about launching a real business in days, not years. I mean, just look at this. On one hand, you have the old way, months of grind, thousands, maybe tens of thousands of dollars, and a whole team on payroll. And on the other hand, today, we're talking days, a couple $100, and it can all be done by a single person. This isn't a small step forward, folks. It's a total reinvention of what it even means to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, we are officially in a brand new age of business. And this isn't about, being a little bit faster or saving a few bucks here and there. AI has basically taken decades of old school business rules and compressed them. We're living in a new reality now, and the name of the game is speed.
So, what's at the core of all this?
It's something we're calling the AI first company. And what does that mean exactly? Well, it's a company that has artificial intelligence woven into its DNA right from the start. We're talking about everything from marketing and coding to customer service. It's not about a business that just, dabbles with a few AI tools. It's a business that is fundamentally built on AI. Okay, so you're probably wondering, how is any of this even possible? Well, it all boils down to a brand new, incredibly powerful toolkit that's now available to pretty much everyone. Let's open it up and see what's inside.
Think of each of these tools as basically replacing an entire department you used to have to hire. Generative AI, that's your new marketing and creative team. It can whip up ad copy, social media content, you name it, in seconds. AI coding assistants, those are your software developers, building and fixing code, even if you have no idea how. And then you have no-code platforms and intelligent automation. That's your backend and your operations team running 24/7 without ever needing a coffee break.
So the first and maybe the most obvious advantage here is the cost. It's just so much lower. All those things that used to cost a fortune, hiring a copywriter, a graphic designer, a coder, you can now get that done with AI for what's basically the cost of a few monthly subscriptions. It's a complete game changer for your budget. Next up is speed. And honestly, this might be even more important than the cost savings. Today, being fast is everything. Just think about it for a second. You could dream up and launch an entire marketing campaign in a single afternoon. You could build a professional-looking website in minutes, a whole month's worth of social media content, done in a couple of hours. That's the kind of speed we're talking about.
And the third massive advantage is what we call infinite scalability. You see, old school businesses grow by hiring more and more people, which gets really expensive really fast. But AI-first companies, they scale with systems. For example, an AI chatbot doesn't care if it's talking to 10 customers or 10,000 customers at the same time. This means you can grow like crazy without your costs exploding.
Okay, this all sounds awesome in theory, right? But the big question is, how do you actually do it? Well, let's break it down. We've got a simple 4-stage blueprint that can guide you all the way from just an idea in your head to a full-blown launch.
So it really breaks down into 4 main stages. First, ideate and validate. You use AI to do all the heavy lifting on market research, figuring out if your idea is even a good one. Then, brand and build. You literally get AI to create your logo, your brand colors, and then build your website or product. After that, it's market and launch. AI helps you crank out all the ads and content you need to make a big splash. And finally, automate and scale. This is where you set up systems to handle the day-to-day stuff so you can focus on growing. It's a super clear, step-by-step process.
All right, so with AI doing all this work, you might be asking, well, what's left for the founder to do? And the answer is a lot. Your job isn't gone, it's just elevated. You stop being the person who does all the individual tasks, and you become the architect who designs the system that does the tasks. Yeah, think of yourself as a system architect, a strategic thinker. Your job is to focus on the big, important questions. What's our vision? Who is our customer? How are we going to grow? You set the direction. You're the captain of the ship. The AI is your incredibly efficient crew handling all the execution.
Okay. I know what you're thinking. This all sounds a little too perfect. It can't all be rainbows and unicorns, right? So what's the catch? And you're right to ask, because there are absolutely some real challenges you need to keep in mind. For starters, AI is powerful, but it's not foolproof. It can and will make mistakes. That means you have to be the quality control. AI-generated code might have security holes, and if you automate everything, you can end up with a really cold, robotic experience for your customers. That human touch, that final check for quality, and just making sure things feel right, that's still on you.
But let's bring this all back from the abstract and make it super concrete. I want to show you something that until very recently would have sounded completely insane, a realistic timeline for launching a company in just 7 days.
Check this out. Day 1, Monday, you're using AI for deep market research. By Wednesday, your brand is designed and your website is actually live on the internet. By Friday, your first marketing campaigns are already out there, running. And by the weekend, you could be generating your first leads. This isn't science fiction. People are actually following blueprints like this right now.
You know, this quote really says it all. The next generation of startups will not simply use AI, they will be built around it. And that is the key takeaway here. This isn't about just bolting on a few cool AI features to an old way of doing things. The real winners, the next big success stories, are going to be the ones built from the ground up on a foundation of AI.
So think about it. The biggest barriers that used to stop people, time, money, not knowing how to code, they're all being completely dismantled. The only real limit now is your own imagination. The tools are here, the roadmap is clear, so the only real question left is, what are you going to build?